Hi guys dan selamat kembali ke Studio Sembang bersama saya Amy in the studio. This week kita ada seorang tetamu yang sangat-sangat istimewa. Dia dah tak duduk dah dekat Malaysia dan mungkin anda semua tak tahu yang sebenarnya dia orang Malaysia. Tapi untuk siapa yang tak tahu, hari ni korang akan tahu. Of course, it's the one and only Nigel Ng, the comedian and the brains behind the very famous Uncle Roger.
Hello, apa khabar semua? Hello.
Wah, not bad bahasa Melayu.
Biar saya okey lah.
Okey lah.
SPM B-.
B- tu okey.
SPM,
Okey lah Nigel.
Karangan tak baik.
Karangan tu memang susah.
It's the worst. Memang susah, cannot.
Yeah.
And then everything in Malaysia is all in BM, right?
Yeah.
The sejarah, my worst subject. Do people still teach sejarah?
I don't think they would have taken sejarah out of the curriculum.
They should. It's the worst. Take it out. I don't want it.
But you haven't lived in Malaysia for a really long time, huh?
Yes. I left Malaysia 2010.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So it's okay, can excuse that.
Tapi you cannot be like, what do you say? Kacang lupa kulit or something, you know?
Wow, dia boleh berperibahasa.
Thank you.
Okay,
I remember
love it.
𝙁𝙊𝙍𝙁𝙁, all that stuff.
Even though sejarah is not your best subject.
That's all I remember.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't remember the pyramids. I don't remember Hitler. I remember 𝙁𝙁𝙍𝙁.
Oh God. Okay, the Malaysian history is the most important. Tapi hari ni we're very happy. Thank you so much for spending time with us.
Yeah.
We're really excited to get into it. For those of you who know the show, we always start with the same question, which is, how was your childhood?
My childhood, good lah.
Good.
You know, grew up in Sungai Long, Kajang, Cheras area. We moved
Nice.
around a lot as
Okay.
a family. And then mom and dad were nice to me. You know, they came to pick me up from school every day.
Yeah.
And then, you know, KL is always jam.
Yeah,
Sometimes
always.
it floods. You know, sometimes it floods and it's jammed. And sometimes my mom can't pick me up from school in time. So they just left me at this Cheras Batu 11 basketball court.
Oh, nice.
By myself. Those are the days you can just leave your kids by themselves, right? No kidnapping.
Ooh, let's hope they aren't really roaming around now as it is. But I mean, well, that's good. It's nice
Yeah,
that it sounds
very
like you had
nice
a very,
childhood.
very solid childhood.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask more, like, how were you as a kid? Were you very like extroverted?
Oh, that's what you were trying to ask. I was very nerdy. I guess I always did well in school.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit like of a nerdier type, which is, I guess you can see, I came into our studio and I just asking about all the cameras and
Yeah.
giving like my constructive criticism that nobody asked for.
No,
you know?
I would have loved to ask anyways if you hadn't already like offered that information.
No, I can't. I was just a nerdy kid. I studied a lot. I worked hard. I was okay. I had friends still, you know, and I played like ping
Basketball lah.
pong.
At
Yeah,
the
some
Cheras court lah,
basketball.
you know.
But I was just playing casually, you know. When I moved to the US, every Asian person there was good at basketball. And I was like, how are you guys
Really?
all so good? Because turns out they had like, you know, they're more wealthy over there, so they had coaches, they had proper training programs.
see.
At our school, PE, pendidikan Jasmine,
Yeah.
right? That's what you call it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like kemahiran hidup. Oh, all the memories coming back now. But PE here, pendidikan Jasmine, the teachers just throw you a basketball. Okay, go and play. 45 minutes later, you come back.
Figure it out.
That's it. Nobody
Yeah.
teaches you how to play it properly. So
Yeah.
I just played my friends. It was a good childhood.
No,
you
I
know?
get you. That's the thing about coming from a smaller country is sometimes exposure towards things can be harder to gain access to. Which is
Yeah.
why I wanted to ask, like, what was your first ever exposure towards the world of comedy or maybe even stand-up?
Oh, every Malaysian is Russell Peters.
Of
That
course.
era, right?
Yeah,
The
I do
era.
remember this.
You download Russell Peters from LimeWire. Remember LimeWire?
Let's
Oh.
hope Russell Peters never finds this video so he doesn't know
He
how many
knows.
Malaysians.
He knows that's how he got big. And YouTube as well. But before YouTube, there was LimeWire.
Oh, I see.
Right, you download one song for I think you're too young for LimeWire.
No, I
Do you
definitely had
remember
LimeWire. I'm only 4 years behind you. And I also had
Okay.
FrostWire, which was I should not be admitting
FrostWire.
this. Like, for legal reasons, this is a joke.
Yeah.
But it was like LimeWire, FrostWire.
It's great.
some others.
Dial-up internet, Streamix.
Oh.
That was legendary. It was like 56K, then suddenly you have Streamix, and everybody thought it was great.
Yeah.
But then before Streamix, you had to download on LimeWire. It's like the whole one song takes like a half a day.
Correct.
To download, and then you don't even know if it's a song. You search
Correct.
linkinpark.mp3, you hit download, you just have to pray it was actually that song.
And you also got to pray that nobody answers the phone anywhere else in the house because
Yeah,
otherwise
yeah,
your
yeah.
download's not happening today lah.
Oh, it's the worst. And then you
remember
download
this
the
time.
song, maybe it's not a song, maybe it's Two Girls, One Cup, you don't know. And then it just shows up on your screen and your mom walks in because all your computers are in the living room, right? We had one computer in the house.
Yeah, of course.
So your mom walks in on you watching Two Girls, One Cup, and then, you know.
Why do I feel like this is
That's
like a
why
real
Dad
life?
left, you know?
No, you're joking. This is not a real
this
true story.
is a joke.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to be aware. You have to double check and fact check all information.
Semua kelakar, okay? Semua lawak saja.
I know,
okay?
but I feel like a lot of kids in Malaysia had the same growing up experience because I'm pretty sure that sounds like exactly what my childhood was
Yes.
as well. What was your first ever, like, I guess, like, cita-cita, ambition? Do you remember
Cita-cita.
what you like wanted to become when you were older?
I don't remember now. What options do a Chinese kid have? You know, engineer law, lawyer law, doctor.
The typical stereotype.
Try to go study in Singapore if you're smart. You know, that kind of thing. I never thought I would do something creative like comedy.
But when you
know.
were watching Russell Peters, did it ever kind of like occur to you that you were like, oh, this could be...
No, I was just like, oh, this is cool, but
Yeah.
I'll never do it. This is some sort of white people country thing.
Yeah.
You know, I saw Russell Peters, Louis C.K., Chris Rock, and Eddie Murphy.
Okay.
Those are the 4 people I loved watching growing up.
I know.
But I was just like, oh, that's an American thing. We'll never do this. You know, I'll never do this. I'll just study and get a job and maybe go watch these people perform, but I'll never do this myself.
So interesting, how time changes everything.
Yeah, I know. I guess, you know, I went to university in the US, so maybe that, and I started doing stand-up in the US, right? And in America, people have this optimism and they're so nice and weird and fake sometimes that when people suck at something, you don't tell them. You just, oh, good job. Everybody's so positive. So I saw people who weren't funny doing stand-up and I was like, oh, I can do that too. If you can do it, I can do it.
It gives you some
know?
confidence there.
Yeah.
I did want to ask, what was it like for you to study in America as like a kid from Malaysia to go there? And our cultures are quite drastically different.
Yeah, too different. And I didn't even go to international school. You went to
Ooh,
international school,
I did go to
right?
international
But that was
school.
good preparation
It
for
is.
you.
It kind of like prepares you.
You know, it taught you things, pop culture references. You know, I didn't even know who like Radiohead was, you know? And university, everybody's cool. They all know bands and cool music at the time.
No,
you know,
I
it was
totally
the
understand.
era of the hipsters.
Yeah.
So I grew up also I spoke Chinese mostly when I was growing up.
I see.
So I was in like Jay Chou, Wang Lihong, you know, that era, Lin Junjie, JJ Lin, those people.
Those are amazing artists.
Yeah, they're amazing artists, but then nobody in the US knows them. Unless you go
Yeah,
to like
understand.
California, Chinese-speaking circles,
totally
Taiwanese
understand.
people.
So there must have been quite a culture shock when you reached there as well. There's like a lot of new information
Yeah,
to
too
kind of
much,
like on board.
too much new information. But you know, you slowly figure it out. And it was cold. I went to school near Chicago.
Ooh.
The winter was bad.
Terrible,
You know?
worse than Genting.
Well, what's the Genting?
Terrible.
Genting is like what? Genting is not as... Our aircon is colder than Genting.
I know.
You know?
But you know, there was like, actually, this is a true story, right? There was a newspaper article published about how Malaysians were reacting to record low temperatures of 22 degrees Celsius.
Oh, what were they doing?
We were not
Just
happy.
dying on the streets.
We were like, oh my God, it's freezing. How are we going to do this? This is winter. We don't like it.
Yeah.
We don't like it at all.
I thought you guys would like it. We hate the heat.
It was in the newspapers. I was like, oh, wow. Cool.
Inside and outside the mall, it's the same temperature. I
No,
thought you guys would like
outside the
it.
mall, it's actually warm. And when you go inside, then it's winter.
Yeah,
If you want to
that's the
experience
Malaysian
cold
vibe.
weather, Malaysian malls.
Yeah, or
They
you
are
go to
colder.
ICT Shah Alam,
Wow.
Snow World, and
Snow
Uncle Roger's
World.
restaurant.
Of course,
So,
you have to.
yeah.
Actually, we do have some
Yeah.
something from your restaurant today. What is this actually? Can you talk
There's
to
a
us?
drink. That's our beautiful packaging.
Yeah, I know. How
And-
stunning is this though, guys? This is, and it matches my outfit.
Yeah,
Done on
yeah.
purpose.
I think you could have tried harder. You know, this is what
This was-
I came all the way from LA, and then she just
Nigel.
wears a tank top. You
Nigel,
know?
no, it's because I was trying to match the orange pants. You see, I kind of delivered on the. It was supposed to be like, you were supposed to look at the outfit and be like, fuyo.
Okay,
orange.
lah. You know, the one from where did you get that from? Uniqlo. You know. I get bothered the most
you
at
know what?
Uniqlo.
The most awful part about that is I probably did get it from Uniqlo. If I go and check the label right now, if it says Uniqlo, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I know. I get bothered the most. I think my fan base is just people who shop at Uniqlo. Holy shit. I was just trying to buy underwear, you know? Because when you travel a lot,
Yeah.
laundry is expensive. So I just go to Uniqlo, buy some underwear, and people just keep bothering me. You
So
know?
your fan base is from Uniqlo?
Yeah, they're cheap Chinese people.
Okay.
That's my fan base. The cheap Chinese.
Well, I mean,
then
to be fair, apparently the people who interview you are also Uniqlo type of people. So there
Really?
you
Yes,
have
yes.
it. I mean,
that's great. Thank you. Uniqlo is great.
You found your demographic.
Yeah, I
Time
know.
to collab with Uniqlo.
No, I don't think they have a budget. You know, they spent it all on Roger Federer. Yeah, Roger Federer collabs with them, right? He does things with them.
I know, but they obviously have a thing for people who are called Roger.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
there's hope. There is
Uniqlo,
hope.
if you're watching.
Yeah, you never know. You never
Hey,
know.
I wanna collab with Loro Piana. You know, let's have like higher Brunello.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
Let's have some higher standards.
Yeah, of course.
What next?
Okay.
I'm gonna collab with like H&M and Mr. DIY, Padini. You know,
I would love to see an Uncle Roger Mr. DIY collab.
I keep roasting them in my
that would
interviews,
be
but they never
iconic.
respond. You know,
But some of the people that you've roasted, like the chefs that you've roasted, you end up collabing with. So
Yeah.
to be honest, Mr. DIY, you got chance.
I actually like Mr. DIY because my sister, she just moved to a new house, and then she never cooks. But last year, 2024 lah, you know, December, she wanted to host Christmas dinner. And then we were all like, oh no, you don't even cook. You don't even eat. She barely eats. She's like very thin and frail, but she's very nice. We love her, you know, we're family.
Of course.
But then she offered to cook, which was very nice. But then we were a bit worried. And then we showed up at her house. She had no cooking utensils.
Oh,
So she
okay.
lived in Taman Desa, and guess what? There's a Mr. DIY in Taman Desa. It was 7:30. Everything was closed.
Right.
Except Mr. DIY.
Yeah.
So we went to Mr. DIY. We got mixing bowls, chopping boards,
Everything lah.
knife,
Everything.
You can furnish a whole house with Mr. DIY,
You
man.
probably could.
Yeah, it's great. You get a hose, a drill.
How to tell if someone
Stationery.
is Malaysian? Ask them questions about Mr. DIY because all Malaysians, we love a good Mr.
You
DIY
love it.
moment.
And
We
the
really do.
whole place smells like plastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
reminds me
all
of
it's
home,
telling
you know?
you is it's communicating to you in every aspect of your life. We have something that will solve your problems.
Yeah, we love
It's-
Mr.
it's-
DIY.
it's
Have you
really
been to the fancy one, Mr. DIY Plus?
Where the hell is
Oh,
that?
that one is in IPC. Yeah, IPC.
What do they
Which we
sell
also have a
there?
restaurant there. That's how I discovered it. They have like nicer lighting, you know,
lah.
slightly more upscale
Okay,
things.
so I know what I'm doing this weekend. I'm going to
Yeah.
go to Mr. DIY Plus after
You'll
having a
love it.
nice meal at Fuyo.
Yes, please. Mr. DIY. It's great. I
Fantastic.
love that brand. Please reach out. Let's do something, Mr. DIY.
You heard it here first. Anyways, back to our timeline in
Okay,
the story.
sorry.
We're still at the part where you decided to choose engineering.
Yeah,
You
well,
studied engineering.
you have to choose something practical. Okay, well, taking a step back, I think my parents were just maybe lower middle class,
Mm-hmm.
you know, that kind of socioeconomic level. So they're not going to let me go to abroad and study like gender studies or film history, you know,
No, of
art
course.
history. So I got to do something practical. So I chose engineering because I was good at math and science and calculus. So like most Asian kids and most Chinese kids. So I just thought that was a natural path. And I did that. It was good.
Become an engineer.
I did engineering and philosophy in
And
university.
philosophy,
Yeah, you can
okay.
just choose whatever
Majors and
courses you want
minors?
to take. Yeah, minored in philosophy. Yeah,
I
yeah.
see.
That's
At
good.
the same time, though, I think you started doing stand-up at this time, correct?
Yeah, 2011 I started doing stand-up.
How
Yeah.
did you make the transition from being a comedy fan to like going and doing the stand-up? Because I feel like that's quite a jump.
Yeah, it's, like I said, I just see unfunny people in my school year doing stand-up, and then I'm like, oh, he can do it, I can do it also, lor. Then let me try, you know?
Really?
Yeah, and I was so bad in the beginning.
What
so
was your
so terrible.
first stand-up like, Nigel?
Oh, I don't remember now. I remember it was bad. It was at a coffee shop near the school campus, and yeah, nobody really laughed, you know. But I think in stand up, you need to have that delusion in you to keep going, to be like, oh, I'm good at this, you know. And then, but with every year that passes of you doing stand up, you realize, oh, that wasn't good. Now I'm decent, but previously I wasn't. But then next year, the same thing happens again. Okay, now I'm good, but previous year I wasn't. So
Yeah.
you just keep getting better.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
think ultimately it's about consistency, right?
Yeah, you have to write a lot, perform a lot, and you
Yeah.
get better. You bomb a lot.
Yeah.
You know?
But the
Yeah.
crazy thing about comedy is that like, or any type of like entertainment or like performing art kind of spectrum thing is that it's also about the audience and the reception of the audience.
Yeah.
So did it not ever dissuade you? I feel like you sound like someone who's very self-motivated to push through that, you know?
Yes, because in the beginning, when you start doing stand up, even like you get 1 or 2 laughs, you're super happy. You're like, okay, shit, nice, I did well.
Yeah.
But then it's only when you do it for 3-4 years, when you're constantly getting laughs, you know, then you realize, oh, 1 or 2 laughs, that wasn't enough. But in the beginning, your standards are so low. You get 1 laugh, you're like, okay, I'm really funny, amazing. I'm happy with this. You know
Fair
what I mean?
enough.
So slowly, you have some good sets along the way that motivate you to keep you going. You have some bad sets, but then you just keep going. You grow some thick skin, you know. And I think Asian people, we have really thick skin because everybody comments on our appearances. You know, as a woman in entertainment, people in the comments, they probably say
Oh, it's
all sorts of shit.
110% about
you know?
appearance. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, we get some comments about appearances too, but less than
Yeah.
women. But they still come at you. You
I
know?
understand.
For guys, they'll be like, oh, receding hairline, that kind of thing. Not tall and Uncle Roger, you're so short, that kind of
Really?
thing. Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's just part of the job of being a public person,
Yeah. Especially in comedy. I feel like comedians take the greatest hits because part of your job is also to kind of like poke fun at stereotypes and shed light on things that are true, but nobody else is brave enough to say.
Yeah.
And therefore you kind of have to like be ready to take some of those hits back.
Yeah, of course. You roast people, I get roasted back.
They roast you back.
Yeah, I love it though. When we first started the restaurant, we probably will get there later, but when we first started the restaurant, we got so much blowback because we were still figuring out the operations.
Yeah.
But when we had the most negative reviews was when sales were the best, So
Yeah.
I love the negative reviews, Keep them coming. It's great.
Fair. I mean, that is a bit of like a mental challenge though, I think, for most entertainers to kind of have to come to terms with the fact that really all press is good press.
Yeah. Just don't check your phone. Just put your phone at home. Take the money you got from your fans and all the attention, because with more attention comes bigger brand deals, right? You get paid more. Leave your phone at home, take the money you got, book a trip to the Maldives. Everybody's happy. And then you come back 2 weeks later, everybody's forgotten what you've done. The
you're
negative
so right.
comments are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So have you been cancelled before? Not yet?
Almost.
Almost? What'd you do?
Oh no, here we go.
Just say-
It's this work-life balance topic again. Are we really gonna go here? No,
Come
so
out.
basically it was one episode. I think we've stayed out of trouble because that's kind of the type of person I am.
Okay.
But there was one episode where one of my guests was talking about work-life balance. And she had said, because she had come from, a bit more of a difficult background and had really achieved a lot in her life. So she had said, for all the young people out there, this is my advice, right?
Who is this guest?
I'll tell you off the record. She said, you go and buy a house first, make sure you got a car, make sure you got all your basic necessities in order before you even talk about work-life balance. And me, being somebody who's been like a hustler from the very beginning, I was like, yes.
I agree with that though.
I agree with
yeah,
that, Nigel.
Get a house, get a car.
Are you ready for round 2 of getting cancelled over work-life balance?
I've been cancelled 4 times now,
At
I'm
this
used to
point,
it.
desensitized fully.
Malaysian cancellation is nothing, I've been cancelled by the globe. I've been cancelled by China. That is next level
We
thing.
will talk about that later because I have some questions, but like...
But I love that friend. Tell me who she is.
I know,
she
she's
seems
awesome.
cool.
We'll go out for like coffee or something after this. She's very cool. So I said yes. And people got very upset because they said, no, it's our right to have a soft life.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, that's true. That's true though.
Can if you want, but we're not like that, So if she could have a soft life already, you've made enough money.
To have a soft life?
Yeah. You don't need to do this. This like 3 cameras and 5 guys staring at you. You don't need to do this.
Yeah,
But you still do it because you like to hustle and entertain all you guys.
I do. That is true. That's true. I do like to do it. And also I think that there's like something about financial future security that's like very, very, very important.
Yeah, so Asian lah. This
Yeah, but like I
Malaysian.
like have been here my whole life. So of course the mentality is
But
very
you
like,
look and sound so white.
I
And then
know.
words like financial security come out of your mouth, and it's just
like something's not connecting here. Right?
yeah. This what do you call it? This dissonance.
I know.
Yeah,
I feel the dissonance every day being a mixed kid.
Yeah, that's why you didn't enjoy LA. Everybody thought you were white, so they tried to do white things with you,
Yeah.
like hiking and drugs.
Yeah.
You
And I
know,
was like, no, thank you.
Farmers markets.
I said, no, thank you. I would like to stay at home.
Yeah.
And do some journaling. Thank you
If you
very
looked a
much.
little bit more Asian, you probably would get those Asian friends who would just be like karaoke.
Is this how it feels to be front row at one of your stand-ups?
Yeah.
I feel like
maybe
I'm
a
getting
little
ripped
bit.
to shreds here.
She looks too white. You
I know. It's quite
And
challenging.
you gotta change. Amelia Henderson. That's like the whitest.
Oh, you know what my middle name is, Nigel?
What?
Tripura.
What?
Tripura.
Tripura.
Yeah, take that for
Okay.
Asian.
Okay, then you
big
should have gone
girl.
with Amelia Tripura. As your stage
And
name.
nobody in the country would have been able to say that, and then it would have just been like,
That's true.
yeah. I used to get called tempura. See, I work in food as well.
Amelia Tempura. That's
Yeah.
good. That has a
Right?
good ring to it.
So if you ever
That's
need
a
like
nice porn star name.
That's
Amelia
that's
Tempura.
not where I was going. I was thinking more
Oh.
like if you want a new character for one of your stories, Amelia Tempura could be like an option.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
sure about
OnlyFans. Is that a thing in Malaysia?
no.
OnlyFans. Fan Sahaja. That's Malaysian OnlyFans.
Nigel, if that
How do you say
opens
fans
next
in
week
Malay?
after this this podcast drops, I think it would be because of you. Fans sahaja.
Fan Sahaja.
Tak ada. I don't think we should.
Fansahaja.com.
Fansahaja.com.
Yeah. Kipas Sahaja. Oh yeah.
Kipas sahaja.
Kipas Sahaja.
That's the like if you
Can
yang
lah.
tahu je tahu kind of version. Okay, so anyways, in 2014 you graduated and then you worked as a data scientist, which is so
Yeah.
far removed from what you're doing today. How did you find that?
Data scientist. I was quite drawn to it, anything that gets me to I was good at spreadsheets, and then data science is like the next level from Excel, data analysis. Data analysis is just Excel and spreadsheets and stuff, right? Data science, you start to code a little bit. So it just clicked with my brain, it was more like code and numbers and not a lot of human interaction. It works for me,
If that works for you, how does comedy also work for you? How does this make sense? Because there's a lot of dissonance happening right now, Nigel.
Listen, comedy is fun because it's people who come to the show, they want to laugh, so it's nice to entertain them. But when you're in an office setting, 9 to 5, I don't want to talk to those people, man.
No, fair.
That
makes a lot of sense.
It's small talk, and it's in a Western country. They're very sensitive, and you can, as you can tell from this conversation, my brain just goes and I say whatever, you probably have to cut out a lot of the stuff.
110%. I'm like censoring it in my head as we're going, but
Please
that's
keep
fine.
2 girls, 1 cup.
There will be a debate in the office after this.
I will
for
keep
sure.
referring to kipas sahaja, and people will be like, something got missing, huh? They cut something. People tune into the podcast for authenticity,
This is true.
Yeah, but yeah, in the Western world, they're very sensitive. They're very politically correct. So I always got sent to HR.
Did you?
Yeah, many times because I said some dumb shit.
Yeah.
They couldn't handle my jokes, so I just left them.
It's a bit too like frank and honest and upfront.
Yeah, there's that, and there's sometimes I was joking around, but they didn't view it as me joking around.
No, I totally get that.
Yeah, so what's an example? I can't think of a specific example now, but I just kept getting into trouble because of their political correctness and my frankness too, and then they would hire some people who would just, this woman from France, and she would just cry because she can't handle the workload, and I just roll my eyes. But then
Just
HR
really
saw me rolling my eyes,
like, no, you cannot be rolling your eyes, poor thing.
Then they were like, mental health is very important. Is it important? I think getting the car in the house and the credit card is more important than mental health.
Okay, you see, this is where
Listen.
I'm in a pickle because I believe in like trying to have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
Which is quite ambitious.
You should say the right thing. So if we get cancelled, it's just me,
Are you looking for cancellation, Nigel?
It's attention. Listen, when I get cancelled, I guarantee you the restaurant will do better because people get reminded of me. That is my approach to social media is like attention is the currency you need.
Yeah.
So, and I know how to, it's all in an attempt to be funny too and to entertain, right?
I
So I
totally
don't mind
understand.
if I get cancelled for that.
No, I have such a question for you, right? Because you're absolutely right about that. And this is a struggle that I feel like most creators face. And I have faced this as well. It's like, how much censorship is too much censorship, political correctness? Like, where is the barrier? How do you traverse that?
It's harder for you because I don't work for anyone.
That's true.
I just put out a video and hope people watch, But if you ask me in a few years, when I have like maybe a big deal with a Hollywood studio, and I'll be like, no, mental health, very important. Yeah, we should not joke about mental health,
No, I
Amelia,
totally get you.
let's just be like very reasonable here,
Yeah.
Diversity is good.
But it's
You know
a
what I mean?
riskier method, what you're doing in a sense, right? Because like for somebody like me, at least I know that because I'm not stepping over the boundary or doing anything that's too risky, for the next couple of months, everything is solid, secure, stable, love it. But for someone like you who kind of like takes more risks and stuff like that, do you ever feel scared that there would be a time where it's like not something you can come back from? Or?
I think the only thing you won't be able to come back from is pedophilia or sexual assault. If you're Bill Cosby, then, or
Yeah,
Diddy.
100%. That's
But
definitely
if
not
it's
acceptable.
just attempting a joke and some people find it offensive, I think I believe that my fans who like what I do will be like, yeah, he's just a comic. He's just trying to push the line, push the boundary. And Uncle Roger loves to be roasty and be like this.
Yeah.
And they actually appreciate it. Someone who takes risks. You know, they like
I
it.
definitely appreciate it as like
Yeah.
like a consumer
Thank
or like a watcher. I do.
Yeah,
It's
someone's
just-
taking risks, right?
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It's refreshing.
And they're like, holy shit, he's actually saying that,
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I've done stand-up for such a long time and I have some experience trying to twist it in to make it entertaining. I'm not just saying shit just for the sake of saying shit,
Yeah,
It's also
obviously.
trying to make it entertaining.
So basically, the takeaway here is don't try this at home unless you're a professional who has practiced for many, 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 many,
Yeah,
many
was
years.
bombed many times.
All right, you moved to London,
Yeah.
and I heard that it was because you was for a woman at the time. which is
Yeah, I
very
was
romantic.
with a European woman at the time.
Yeah.
Okay lah, it was romantic a little bit. Like we were married at one point, so
Mm-hmm.
I was moved there for her because we were both in the U.S. We met in the U.S. And then we both she's European and I'm Malaysian. We were like, okay, where can we live? Where I can continue speaking English and continue doing this stand-up thing. So we decided London was a good place to go. And yeah, it was good for a while. But then I think what caused that to break down, caused the marriage to break down, was I was just so focused on the career, you know, on the comedy thing. I would work a day job 9 to 5, 9 to 6, take a train from London to Birmingham in the UK. There's an hour and a half train.
Yeah.
Do my set, do my show, come back, reach home at 1 a.m., sleep, and then do that again. 4 or 5 nights a week.
Crazy.
That was my life.
So basically, you had
4 years.
absolutely no work-life balance.
Yeah, no work-life balance. My life, my leisure time was like a Saturday night, late night train back from wherever I was performing, and then I just get a beer, drink on the train. That's my chill time.
Yeah.
Just drinking a beer on the train on the way back.
And you did this for like 4 or 5 years, no?
4 years, yeah. 2015. I moved to 2015. Yeah,
Until
until COVID hit.
Around 2019-ish when you decided to...
No, I kept doing that. Oh yeah, 2019 I went full-time stand-up. So yeah,
right?
I did that for 4 years, day job and stand-up.
How did you decide to go full-time?
I was slowly getting better at stand-up. I was getting paid a bit more and more and more. And then at one point I was like, okay, I can just about make ends meet. But by that, I think at that point, it was just about meeting my monthly bills. I think at the time, it was a cheaper time at the time. So maybe I was maybe clearing, maybe £1,500 a month. But, it sounds a lot like if you convert to Malaysian, but it's not a lot if you don't convert. If you live in the UK, the apartment alone was already like £1,200, £1,300, monthly rent. So yeah, at that point I was like, okay, let's take a risk and try. So September 2019, I decided to go full time in my stand up, and then 6 months later, COVID hit. So that was terrible timing.
Messed up timing though.
Yeah, but I have COVID to thank. The COVID created Uncle Roger.
That's true, and also it kind of like almost inadvertently led you towards focusing on social media content.
Yeah, it had to. I was stuck at home. I was bored. Had to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was the transition into social media?
It was good because, well, I was a nerd, right? So I like all this camera gear, I like all this lighting gear. So I just kind of, okay, well, I'm stuck at home. Money's running out. I got to try to do something, you know? Otherwise, I have to go on OnlyFans. Call back.
Yeah.
But
OnlyFans, or what was it called in Bahasa?
Kipas Sahaja.
Kipas Sahaja.
Kipas Sahaja. Yeah. .com.my.
Just to make sure we have really localized it. If Kipas Sahaja didn't tell you where this company is from, the .my will.
Yeah. We should start that.
Actually, and you know what we should sell?
You need to stop investing in pickleball courts and invest
and
in
go for like
Kipas
Kipas Sahaja
Sahaja.
instead. And do you know who we should directly be like competing against?
Who?
Mr. DIY. We should sell fans.
Oh yeah, fans. Yeah,
that's
Mr.
on callback.
DIY. Nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if Mr. DIY probably won't say yes to this idea.
Oh, but you can
Kipas
please
Sahaja.
pitch it.
Yeah, I will.
Kipas Sahaja for Mr. DIY.
Can. Boleh.
I don't represent Mr. DIY, unfortunately, so I.
Who do you work with? What brands do you work with?
Not Mr. DIY.
You're on I saw you on a billboard for Yes.
Yes.
What is Yes?
Yes is a telco.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it? I never heard of it. Well, when I left Malaysia, there was Maxis, Celcom, DG. Now there's so many.
Yes is like a specialist in 5G, and honestly, should say yes.
Oh, wow. She's trained,
Yeah.
This is good.
Thank you.
What's the number? 019? Oh, yes?
Actually, nowadays, telcos can onboard any number. So
really?
It's not like back in the day where you had to be fixed with a specific, yeah. And you can just transition from whatever you're using now to yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
We can set
Sign
it
up
up
with
after
Yes,
this-
people.
after
I
this,
gotta give me a discount. I need a Malaysian number. Because Shopee
100%
keep
you need a
forcing me
Malaysian number.
to get a Malaysian number. And it's very annoying. Why can't I just use my US number? Why do I need a third SIM card?
Because it just like, I don't know, makes things easier, I guess.
Yeah,
You can take like local calls and stuff.
I can call. I got roaming. Okay, anyways.
Yeah, anyways.
Sorry, we're getting distracted.
It's okay.
What were you asking? How is it transitioning to social media?
How is it transitioning to social media?
Okay, so I started already doing some social media stuff because the stand-up, I want to record and put the clips
the
online.
original podcaster is in the room with us. That
Oh
was you.
yeah,
You
I
did-
started it.
Yeah, you started a podcast.
Podcasting is a lot more mature in the West, right?
Yeah,
so I started
100%.
a podcast in 2019.
Yeah.
Right as the wife left, I started the podcast.
Oh.
Because I tried to replace something in my life, Yeah.
That was deep.
No, not really. It's fine. I think she missed out big time. She left, and then 6 months later, I blew up as Uncle Roger. No, a year later, after she left, I blew up, and so her loss lah, you know.
Ayo.
Yeah, her loss.
She could have been Auntie Roger or something.
No, I don't think she would have been able to handle the fame. Not fame. I feel very arrogant saying that. The publicness of
No,
it
but
all.
it totally does change your life, I think, being
Yeah.
public in any way.
Yeah, I
and
don't think she would have liked
especially
it.
messes with your personal life.
Yeah, a little bit.
Have you
But it's a
found
good
that?
thing I got known in my 30s, you know. Man, I see all these TikTokers in the West especially. They get big when they're 18, 19. I would have been such a dick, you know. If I got famous when I was 18,
Yeah.
I'll be such a dick to everyone.
No, I
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. You're different. You grew up in the media industry, so you're already...
I guess, yeah, because
You
I've
know?
peaked and I've also fell off a little bit and then peaked again and then fell off a little bit. So I'm so used to the
So
kind
are
of
you in the
cycle of
peak
it.
phase or are you in the fall off phase? Right? I need
I
to know
would-
if this is worth my time. How long we're gonna do this podcast?
We're
for.
like there's sunk cost fallacy happening here, Nigel. If it's
What?
worth your time or not, we're already like 30 minutes into it.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fine. We'll
Yeah,
finish
you've
this.
already committed to the bit.
Where are you in your trajectory right now?
Hopefully after
Peaker.
this interview peak.
Yeah, hopefully you're not even peaking yet. You
Nah.
know,
Hopefully, because it's always more exciting at the start, no?
Yeah. But you gotta, hopefully you get some. You already do big movies and TV shows here, right?
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't Google you before
That's
I did
fine.
this. Yeah.
It wasn't necessary.
I gotta search your IMDb later.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Okay, good thing he's doing this after the show and not before. Because
Why? What's on there?
Nothing.
Oh,
Just the Kipas Sahaja clips. I'm just messing with
I'm sure you got a lot of fans who try to. Do you get creepy DMs from dudes?
Do you get creepy DMs though?
I get creepy DMs from dudes too. Yeah.
From dudes?
Yeah. It's mostly gay guys.
Oh, maybe we have
Yeah.
the same market then.
Oh, really?
Like with the same target demographic.
That's great. That's
Perfect
great.
cohesion in a collaboration.
I love it. Keep the creepy DMs coming. It's nice to feel wanted
You get
sometimes.
creepy
You know?
DMs from dudes?
Yeah, gay guys.
Oh yeah, no,
You know?
okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair. That's
but
fair.
I don't mind it. It's like I don't even check my DMs anymore. It's my poor producer who has to go through because every now and then you get a brand deal from it,
These
right?
poor guys, right? They really think they're like connecting with you,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
developing a connection. It's just your brand manager.
Yep. Just my brand manager scrolling through pics, I think. I don't know if they're pics.
Oh.
Yeah. You probably get that a lot, so you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Just say
Ay,
lah.
yeah.
Of course, we do
Yeah
social
lah,
media.
got lah,
I
got
know.
lah, got lah, got
Yeah,
lah,
yeah,
got lah.
yeah.
Got.
Instagram sometimes filters them, but sometimes just a loose pic like
Just like
squeezes
finds
through the
its way
algorithm, you know?
into your DMs.
Yeah, and it's
Like
always
surprise.
it's always pic. It's never something nice, you know. For me lah, I don't know
What
how
would
your
be
fans
nice
are.
then?
I don't know.
Like a touching, sweet message.
Sometimes I get that.
I'm sure you
Sometimes
get
I
that, though.
you know?
Yeah.
And then sometimes they're like, oh, my dad loved you. He died of cancer recently, but he had a lot of joy. And I just want to tell him, like, just say your dad likes my videos. Don't need to tell me the cancer part. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah, it's just now I'm sad.
No, I know.
And now I don't feel like I should reply to him. And then if I reply to him, then now he feels like we are friends and he keeps DMing me every day. So I'm like, oh, God. the life, huh?
No, I totally get that. But I
Yeah.
also think that it's really nice to see like how many lives you've actually touched. Did you ever think that would be like an outcome of doing something like comedy, which is so lighthearted, but it actually
Yeah.
makes such a huge impact?
Yeah, I'm very happy that I could do that and bring joy to people. You know, that is nice. I sleep well at night, you know.
Yeah, of course.
There are easier ways to make money than comedy, but we chose this profession because we like to entertain people, right?
100%.
Yeah.
And speaking of comedy, actually, you kind of transitioned a lot in terms of like the comedy style that you did, like before Uncle Roger, right? And then when you finally decided to do Uncle Roger, that's more like of a character-based
Yeah.
comedy thing. How did that what was the thought process there?
I always wanted to do a character because I felt, you don't need to come up with new ideas anymore. You just put the character in a different setting. Uncle Roger goes to the market. Uncle Roger buys clothing. Uncle Roger cooks, then you can just put the character in different settings and the comedy naturally happens.
Evolves, yeah.
So it's not like you need to sit down and write a sketch. That was the initial idea. But the first video I made was also the first video that blew up, was the Uncle Roger just reviewing the BBC food egg fried rice video.
Yeah, I know. That
know?
was crazy kind
Yeah.
of levels of viral.
That was funny. I still watch the video sometimes and I still laugh,
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's such an iconic video, but the thing is, when you were making it, did you think that it was going to have so much coverage?
I was like, this is the dumbest shit. I was just sitting there in my own house,
Yeah.
my own apartment, just pressing spacebar to play the video and
I remember that video
was-
so clearly, actually. And I also was like completely in agreement with you. The reason it was funny is because you were right. Like,
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone pour water from a cup or a mug into as an actual Asian who lives in Asia. I was like,
Yeah.
huh? Cool.
and then she was washing the cooked rice.
Yeah, that was kind of
You know,
crazy.
that was- that
and then
was
she drained
crazy.
it and then added more water.
But it happened because I had this frustration as a Malaysian living in the UK. The food in the UK, man. Oh my God.
I thought the food's quite good.
There are some good restaurants in London for
Yeah.
sure, but the majority of the food is bad. Compared to Malaysia, majority of the food is good. You can go
Okay.
into any mama. You don't need to read
No, of
Google
course lah,
reviews
of
or
course.
anything, right?
Yeah.
But UK is the opposite. You need to really research and follow their Instagram and follow some food bloggers
Mm-hmm.
to know where the good restaurants are. If you just randomly eat somewhere, it's bad. And then people don't treat rice with respect. They have this packet rice that they microwave,
Mm.
and then they make sushi with brown rice sometimes.
Ooh.
And then yeah, they microwave the rice and then they wash it, and then they're scared of microwaving it, reheating the rice, and yeah, fried rice there is bland. All sorts of complaints about rice I have, man. They would just eat that for lunch, you know. I worked at an advertising company as a data scientist, so people there, they make decent money. It's my manager who makes way more than me. He would just, for lunch, he would just go to like a pharmacy. Imagine going to Watson's and then going to the fridge section and buying like a microwave packet,
Yeah.
basmati rice, and then microwaving it and then just scooping it from that little pouch. That's his lunch.
Yeah.
Eating in front of the computer.
Yeah.
It's so depressing. So that's how Uncle Roger was born. This frustration with
About
food.
rice.
Yeah, mainly rice. And nobody uses a rice cooker in the UK. They just
Yeah.
try to cook it on the stove, or they microwave. You know, it's
Which is
crazy.
like, okay, like actually you can cook it on the stove.
Yeah, but
You
most
don't
people fuck it
really
up.
need it. Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know how to do it. They would just, because cooking on the stove is very finicky.
Mm.
You know, you have to get the water level exactly right, and then you have to cover it and don't touch it.
Yeah.
Right, to steam it properly. Then if you oversteam, it gets soggy or it gets dry and too burnt.
Yeah. At which point you need to throw it away, according to Uncle Roger.
Yeah, just throw it away, restart,
Useless.
and get a rice cooker,
Get
get a
it out of here.
zojirushi.
Okay.
But most people, they put too much water, so after it's done cooking, they have to pour it in the colander, that strainer,
Yeah.
and it's just it's just all sorts of crazy shit.
Do you cook?
Yeah, of course.
Well,
I cook certain dishes well.
okay.
You know, fried rice being one of them.
You have to cook fried rice well.
Yeah.
That's how you knew all of the things she was doing wrong, is because you cook fried rice well.
Yes. Every Asian cooks fried rice well, though. You know, we all think I know you don't cook.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, that.
I think
was-
she has like personal assistants and private chef.
I do not have a private chef. Of course
Okay.
not.
Okay,
But
you come across like someone who has a private chef.
What
you know?
does that mean? I come across like someone who has a private chef. So
I don't know
I
how
look
to
like I'm in
cook.
incredibly good shape and very healthy.
It's okay lah. For a Malaysian, yeah, you're pretty good shape. We're all fat here. We're like the America of Asia.
You
I just
there
realized
was
how fat people are.
There
It's
was a
great.
statistic on this actually, where apparently within either Southeast Asia or Asia, Malaysia has the highest levels of obesity recorded in the demographic.
Our food is the best.
But
And then
yeah,
we don't walk. We drive around everywhere.
Yeah.
We don't really exercise. We
Yeah.
just drive from mall to office.
from mall
right?
to mall,
Yeah.
to mall to mall. To
And then
home.
our pastime, what do we like? We karaoke, that's sitting down.
Yeah, we love karaoke. You love karaoke.
Yeah, I love karaoke. Every
Yeah.
Asian likes karaoke.
Yeah, that's
Come on.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything we do, we don't really exercise. We hate the outdoors.
Because
you
it's
know.
hot.
Yeah, it's hot and
It's not
muggy
really
and
our
sticky.
fault.
Yeah.
Humidity, 100%.
But
That's
we
not
should be
fair.
proud that we are the fattest country. That means we're fed well and our food is good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's some Asian countries out there with really skinny people, and guess what? Their food sucks. You know? Like, I got canceled for this before. I tried to go to like Cambodia, Laos, Mongolia. Oh, have you had Mongolian food? It's the worst. It's like they don't know what sauces are. They just big slab of meat, throw it on the stove, and they're like, "Oh, dinner." Seriously, try it. You know?
Have you ever like laughed and then like felt bad about it and then like questioned your own like
You know
sense
I'm
of-
right. You know I'm right. Or Vietnam has good food. Thailand has good food.
Vietnam has great food. Thailand has great food.
Burmese food. It's okay, right? Okay, that one's okay.
Good
But-
also.
Okay. What else? I think.
Are we doing like a roundup? We're judging-
Singaporean food.
Okay,
oh,
no,
they're all in shape.
Singaporean
We can
food-
shit on them, right? Let's shit on them.
Yeah, that
Let's shit
one.
on Mongolia and Singapore.
Okay, poor Singaporeans are.
Yeah.
But it's okay because you're better than us in every way. We can take some jabs, please.
Yeah, but they're all skinny because the food sucks. You go to the hawker center, all the chairs are bolted to the ground. It's like, why? Who's stealing your chairs, bro?
In Singapore.
Yeah. Just let us chill. Here, I like the kopitiams here. It's very casual. You take another chair, you take another chair. lah.
I think it's for orderness, because they want everything to be like remaining aesthetically conformity.
No lah, cannot. And the chairs in Singapore is all like just bench with no back.
Yeah,
right?
that's a bit tough.
So
That's a bit tough for
annoying.
me to get behind.
Yeah, kopitiam here much better.
Yeah,
More
true.
chill.
Yeah.
Do you go to Singapore a lot?
Yes, I do go to Singapore a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do have more money than us, but it's easy to have a successful country of a country the size of PJ. It's tiny. What are you gonna do?
You kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I go to Sentosa again.
Sentosa again.
Hey,
but Sentosa is iconic lah. Like people in Singapore, they really love their Sentosa. They
It's
really
okay
do.
lah.
And the Merlion.
It's okay lah. I'd rather go to Bali. It's more culture and cooler. What, you choose Sentosa over Bali?
And if I did,
For real?
It depends, right, on what I'm trying to go there for. I think different places, different reasons to visit. So if I want to go see Merlion,
There's
I'll go
no
Sentosa
reason
lah,
to visit
right?
There's no reason to visit Singapore. That's why we're opening in JB. We want to give a chance for Singaporeans to escape to Malaysia to try our fried rice.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Nice segue.
Yeah,
I
March
appreciate it.
March 25th.
For all you
JB.
Singaporeans that are suffering from all of the chairs bolted down,
Yeah.
at your hawker stall.
Just come experience freedom and good food in Malaysia. You
I
can
love
move
how
your
much
chairs.
of a patriot you are, though.
Yeah,
It's coming
of course.
through in this interview.
Yeah, thank you. I'm just jealous.
It's totally fine. This is like a Malaysian shared experience.
Yeah.
So after you started the Uncle Roger persona
I
and
like
you
how she's
blew up,
trying so hard to keep this
I'm
interview
trying
on track.
so hard to keep it on track, but this is about like the bumpiest roller coaster I've ever been on, but it's fine. I'm
Yeah.
going to look back and watch this and actually laugh and
Yeah.
have a great time with it, so it's fine. So
Singapore's
speaking
like
of,
North Korea with money. That's what it is. Who bolts down the chairs in your... You know what I mean? You can't have chewing gum. That's crazy, bro.
that is a law in Singapore, yes.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry. Please continue.
Okay, after you created the iconic Uncle Roger, this video went viral. I wanted to ask, actually how your family felt about it going viral and you becoming like a global sensation overnight.
Oh, they loved it. You know why? They didn't love me doing stand-up because they didn't fully get it. Stand-up is a very Western art form, right? But they got Uncle Roger because he speaks kind of like them, broken English, and he talks about food, very easy to understand,
Yeah.
and the comedy is simple. They love it. That's the only time I've made my parents laugh. They understand
Really?
Uncle Roger.
Which is quite sweet.
Yeah, so every time I get this criticism that, in the West, people don't like it when Asian people do accents. They find it like, oh, you're putting Asian people back. And I'm like, chill, bro. Asian people, we have accents. If you live in Asia, we all have a different accent from... We don't all sound white, you know what I mean? We
Yeah.
don't all sound like Amelia here. So some of us...
I don't sound very white, I wouldn't say actually. When I lived in America, everyone said that I had an accent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's because I have an accent. You sound very white to me. But, I
potentially.
can't hear it,
Potentially.
But we have accents, so I'm very proud of, we should be proud of how we sound, right? Proud of part of how we sound in our accents, That's because that's part of who we are. That's how we
Correct.
grew up. That's how, and the fact that I can connect with my parents better with this character, I'm like, I don't care. I'm going to keep doing this accent. That's how I connect with my people. Yeah.
I understand. But I think something that happens maybe unintentionally, and maybe you can tell me if this was your experience, when you take on a character that's so symbolic or so representative of a specific demographic, especially in a market that people aren't maybe as exposed to Asian culture and what
Yeah.
Asian people speak like and look like and talk like, right? Then you kind of become there's a lot of responsibility that comes with this because now you're the Asian guy.
Yeah, but I'm a good representative. I like to be the Asian representative. There are
Yeah?
worse people,
No, I would agree.
Yeah, it's either me or Joe Low. Who do you want representing Malaysia on the world stage?
Actually-
Michelle Yeoh too successful to even, talk to Malaysian people. I'm not successful enough yet. So let me represent, negaraku, okay? One Malaysia, all that shit. You want one Malaysia, you want one MDB. You tell me.
Oh my God, the bar is
Okay.
on the ground.
Yeah. So I think I am a good... Ronnie Cheng is also Malaysian, but he's also very international and also too successful to kind of layan you guys. So you got me. So let me be your representative, Malaysia. You should be happy. It's me.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So like, if anyone
Another question needs to be cut.
Uh,
Why is talking about �12 considered what do you call it?
It's a very sensitive
Sensitive.
topic. And this is the thing, right? That's so like interesting to see. Is that like when you speak to a fellow Malaysian, because we're both Malaysians on the couch,
yeah.
but it's like, and we're similar, we speak the same language, everything, but you spend a lot of time overseas and I spend a lot of time here. So the way in which we like present ourselves is also very, very different.
Okay, I understand. So just cut whatever you need to cut. Don't get into trouble.
No, it's just
But-
because it's very sensitive. And in Malaysia, we...
It's not sensitive. He took the money. We know for sure he took the... It's not sensitive, bro. �12, undisputed.
Yeah,
know?
yeah. He did do that.
Yeah.
You're right. He did.
Sensitive to who? I think it's only sensitive for �12. I think he would be like, yeah, it's sensitive. Don't mention me. and
This is true.
DiCaprio is maybe sensitive to him too.
Like, I feel like there's a lot more people involved in it, and that's why it's sensitive. Because we don't know how far the train actually runs.
Yeah, I'm
And it
not
might-
involved in it, guys.
I'm not involved in it either, so
wish
it's not
I
sensitive
was.
to me,
I
but
think I need to start restaurants. If I knew �12, I'd just be enjoying my money.
honestly,
in Macau or somewhere.
if you knew �12, I have things to say that I should not say on camera. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe we'll...
I don't know him lah. I wish.
At this point, nobody really knows him.
That's true.
He's just kind of floated away, which is facts also, so...
Yeah, we'll find him one day. If they can find Osama, they can find �12. You know. Okay.
And if they do, that would be national news.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to just take a moment.
Never mind.
All right. So,
We'll
speaking
give you
of,
more lah, so you can cut a lot of things and still have
No,
enough.
that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Speaking of controversial moments, right?
Okay.
You kind of, after you blew up, there was one incident, like towards the early stages of you becoming Uncle Roger. This is, you had mentioned this earlier, where you got like banned. There was something to do with a dumpling video.
Oh, yeah. So that situation, I collabed with this guy who I thought was just a food vlogger, right? His name is Mike Chan, Strictly Dumpling. I thought he was just a food vlogger, but then I posted the video on the internet. On YouTube, it was fine. But then at that point, I just started my Chinese social media, Weibo, Bilibili, all that stuff.
Was that something you wanted to do?
Yeah,
Like, into China?
because we're Chinese Malaysians, right? We feel this kinship to Chinese people because our ancestors were from there, and I've been to China. I enjoyed my time there, and we speak a common language. So
Correct.
of course, I want my stuff. I know this Uncle Roger persona will be relatable to people from mainland China. So I was like, yeah, let's try to get on Douyin, Bilibili. Even some Malaysian people are on those platforms too, right?
Yeah.
So I just started those platforms, and then I started getting messages from my management team at first, and then a lot of fans online saying, "Hey, Nigel, do you know you're collabing with this very anti-China guy?" And then I looked into it. I was like, shit. Okay, what do I do? I just started these Chinese social media platforms. I would like to keep them because you spend a bit of money starting it, hiring people to start it for you. So I said, okay, I'd like to keep them. I told my Chinese social media team, just handle it lah. Don't even bother, because I was so busy at the time focusing on other things. So what they did was they took the video down, and then they issued a statement. And dumb, naive old me, though I was still like 3 months into Uncle Roger at the time. I didn't know shit. So I was like, okay, just issue the statement, whatever. But then the statement, I just thought it was just something people did when they got like cancelled in social media and Chinese social media.
Yeah.
They just issue something and the problem goes away.
Yeah.
But the problem was the statement reads like we know in Asia, it's just a copy and paste thing, whatever. But to a Western person, they don't know it's just a copy and pasting. And it reads like I was apologizing to China, like kowtowing to be like, okay, I won't do that anymore. I made a mistake, sorry. So Western social media picked it up, Twitter picked it up, and now everybody in the West thinks I'm pro-Communist Party, pro-China, pro-concentration camp, Tiananmen Square denier, all that stuff. And I was like, what is happening, bro? And when all this was happening, I was getting, when you encounter the Chinese army, it's crazy. They have bots all over the internet, and every 2-3 seconds I was getting hate messages on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit, everywhere. I was getting bombarded, and at the time, I just landed back in Malaysia. I was quarantining in the hotel for a week just by myself. So my only access to the outside world was through the internet. And I was getting bombarded with all this hate and death threats and everything. So that was a crazy time in my life. I was a bit naive. I'll take responsibility for that. I should have known the repercussions. I should have known that what I say on the internet now reaches a lot of people.
Yeah.
But I was new to all this whole virality, right? So I didn't know. So yeah, that was that. That was the first China incident. And the second China incident was I posted a stand-up clip. If you search Uncle Roger vs China, you'll see it. I kind of just
heard about this.
I kind of made fun of both countries, China and Taiwan, a little bit. That bit does well all over the world. I've done that bit in Toronto, in Sydney, in Malaysia, even everywhere it does well. So I know that's a funny bit, and I know I was gonna get canceled. But as a comic, I feel like if the bit is funny enough, I'm happy to get canceled. That's fine. Don't worry about it. And also, I was a little bit annoyed at the Chinese social media platforms too, because it's very unconducive to comedy. They're very, very sensitive over there. And this was something I learned, over the years, because the first Chinese cancellation was 2021. And then the second Chinese cancellation was 2023, right? So in that 2-year period, I realized if you want to have a presence on Chinese social media, you're very limited to what you can do. Every little thing triggers them. I filmed a video at a bubble tea shop, and then there was a Taiwanese flag in there. And my Chinese social media team was, "Oh, Nigel, you can't post that video. You have to delete that little Taiwanese flag because it will offend China." Or if I do a little graphic where I have a little picture of me flying from Malaysia, flying to the UK, and then that map shows Taiwan, or that map shows Mongolia, you cannot use that map too. You have to use a world map approved by the Chinese government. And I was like, I can't keep worrying about all these little things. So at that point, I was like, fuck it. I really want to be on Chinese socials, but it's so hard, to every little thing triggers them. So fuck it. Let's go out in flames. Let's go out guns ablaze, post this Taiwan thing. And sure enough, all my stuff got suspended afterwards.
Damn.
Yeah.
I have a question for you though, because a lot of Asia is like that. It's not just China that's sensitive. I think a lot of Asia is sensitive. Do you think you would have achieved as much success as you have now if you had started maybe based in Malaysia?
I think I wouldn't, but that's because Uncle Roger wouldn't be a character, right? If I lived in Malaysia, I wouldn't have the same food frustrations.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't know what I would do if I were in Malaysia. Maybe I'll just be doing stand-up. No, I think if I were based in Malaysia, I wouldn't have even tried to do anything creative. I'll just
Really?
I was good at the data science thing, and I'll just do that. Maybe be like an investor, entrepreneur. Maybe buy property and rent it out. Everybody buys property here, right?
Everybody buys property. It's like the first step.
Sell insurance, Yeah, I might do that on the side and try to make money that way. But yeah, I wouldn't. Without going to the West, I wouldn't be doing anything creative, I think. I went to Zhonghua. My high school was Zhonghua Independent High School, and it is a good school, but these kind of Chinese private schools, they just focus a lot on academics and very little on creativity.
That is super true.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not an international school kid. I wish I was. Your uniforms were nicer. Gardens is a nice uniform. Do you still have uniforms? It's my knowledge.
Yeah, we still have
now.
uniforms. We still have uniforms.
Okay.
We still have uniforms.
But have you seen the Zhonghua uniform? It sucks.
Didn't?
Yeah, white shirt, white pants.
Quite stellar. No, I know the Chonghua uniform with the red tie.
Got tie? Do we have tie?
Isn't there a red tie?
No
Chonghua?
tie.
Prefect have tie.
Prefect have tie.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't a prefect. Just a random kid. But yeah, our uniform's terrible.
But it's subjective, right? I feel like you always can criticize something that you've been in because you know it so well that you can see the flaws in it.
Yeah. But objectively, international schools have better uniforms. You guys got more money, right?
The school does, yeah.
Yeah. It's expensive to go to international school.
It is very expensive to go to international school.
It's a very bougie, very atas behavior. So I'm surprised that your market is mass, because how they relate to this gardens internet, Mont Kiara.
But I think
I'm like real, I went to Chonghua next to the stray dogs. I walked to school next to stray dogs. That's the real Malaysian experience, man. And you have your stray dogs running around, you're trying to chase you down.
That's true. But I was in an international school the whole time.
Okay.
Changed a lot, so that's probably what gives me.
You went to an SMK?
Never went to an SMK, but my brother went to a SJKC.
Ah, nice. You speak Chinese lah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
槟城.
我明白啊.
Kunchen. I know Kunchen.
That's really all I know how to say though. So.
Yeah, 你明白?
我明白.
Okay.
一点点.
Okay lah, not bad. Not bad.
If you speak slowly.
Yeah, get on 小红书.
𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been meaning to download that app. Can you get on 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄?
You know, I downloaded the app today and I tried to register for an account and it went through.
Because we were speaking about this yesterday, right?
We'll see. I downloaded it today.
Yeah.
And it's still up. So we'll see if they figure out it's me. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Little red book.
Okay, well, good then. So I guess I'll have to download 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄 to see how long you're on it.
Yeah, let's see.
And
Let's
hopefully
see if
that
I'm
there's
still
like
on.
some longevity there.
Yeah, can. Sorry, I shouldn't be checking this, but
No, it's okay. Let's
show
find
you.
out about this 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄 situation.
still on. Still alive, people. Go follow
Okay.
me on 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄 at Mr. Nigel Ng.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I got one follower. Who is that? Chairman Mao? Xi Jinping? Oh, okay.
Take me out right now.
Sorry.
No, that's totally
Sorry,
fine.
I'm used to, comedy podcasts where I have to like turn it on a bit.
Turn it on.
You probably didn't
Honestly-
expect this. We were having coffee with me yesterday, right?
No, not particularly, but I also think that that's because my viewpoint is very like localized, right? And like sometimes there is a conflict of like you want to do the comedy thing, but then you can't. So that's why I asked the question on whether or not you think you would have had a really successful comedy career the way that you do now if you were based here.
Oh,
Because you do have to make some sacrifices in terms of content.
Yeah, well, but the answer to that is I probably wouldn't even do comedy. It wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have occurred to me to do comedy.
Fair enough.
But I know very successful comics here. Jason Leong, he's great, and he's
Yeah.
based here. 𝙁𝙊𝘾𝙄𝙎 is great.
Yeah.
A lot of good comics are based here. So I think there's a path here for a comedy for sure.
110%.
Yeah.
But it depends on also the type of personality you have and maybe how much you're willing to.
Push the boundary. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Correct.
I agree.
Okay, so I wanted to ask about Auntie Helen since you're here.
Yes,
Because I feel like there
can.
needs to be some transparency on this because a lot of people have come forward even claiming that they are Auntie Helen and they might not be. So is this something we're never going to know about?
I think Auntie Helen is just Uncle Roger's ex-wife. That's inspired by my ex-wife.
Yeah.
But I haven't really fleshed out that Auntie Helen character. I just want to paint. I gave Uncle Roger an ex-wife because it's funny to make fun of divorced people. It's funny that he's this pathetic man who has nothing, but he still keeps talking shit.
Yeah, fair,
It's
I
funny.
guess.
So
Huh.
Auntie Helen, I guess, just inspired by my real life ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How is it to kind of like, as a comedian, because I feel like a lot of the times, like not just in your stand-up or in your characters, comedians make fun of their own lives and
Yeah.
people in their own lives. And then they tell the story on stage. Like, do you, like, how does that work? You must have some really, like, strong people in your life. Or do they just not mind? Or is it just less sensitivity in general around comedy?
Well, the funny parts are usually the more relatable parts, right? So, there's a lot of personal things that I wouldn't go into because I couldn't make it that funny. So the things I cover in my life are just very general. Not like now I have a fiance, so I talk about, every relationship is one tidy person and one messy person. This is kind of small
Yeah.
problems like that everybody lighthearted. I keep it light.
Yeah.
So we don't go into the deep details of why the marriage broke down. I just keep it light. It's more fun for everyone.
110%.
Yeah.
But it's interesting also to see how that happens where you kind of like have this like blur of not just your personal life, but your professional life and it comes together.
Yeah.
Rather than it being so disassociated.
Yeah, but that's with every public person, right?
This
You
is
have
true.
the same problem too.
But it's easier for people who aren't comics because my kind of art is never really about me. Never at all. If you work as an actor,
If
right?
You act. Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
thought
there's such a
you do like
distinct-
vlogs and stuff too. You don't?
I used to a long time ago, but I figured I realized that YouTube is not for me.
Yeah.
We
That's good. That's YouTube. It's a lot of work, man. Don't do YouTube, guys. I know so many kids that want to be YouTubers,
really?
right? Is
No,
that
doesn't
not a
everyone
thing?
want to be a YouTuber though?
It's a lot of work, guys.
It is, and it's also a
No,
lot of
be an
like
accountant is better.
Oh, how
stable
the
job.
tables have turned
Yeah.
way back in the day, right?
Yeah. So you mainly do act. You don't do the vlogs anymore.
I don't do the vlogs
So
anymore.
if you do the vlog, then your personal life would bleed into professional life. But
And that's tough.
yeah, but acting is very public and very private at the same time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you do have that kind of like distinction. Or
Yeah,
would
have
you
to
act
tap
soon?
into your Huh?
Are you gonna act soon?
We'll see if we land the right project. I view it as a potential piece in my career portfolio, but if it doesn't happen, I'm already busy enough, so it's okay. If it happens, it happens. Very
If
zen
you were
about
to
it.
act though, would you be acting as Nigel or as Uncle Roger?
I probably wouldn't do Uncle Roger in a big acting project because I'll do other characters. Whatever the script dictates. You
Yeah.
know.
Fair enough.
I have projects in development that I'm working on that I'm the creator of. And if those projects get greenlit, I would play a character who's somewhat similar to myself. because that's what I've written in the script, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think being an actor is fun because you develop this range, and I take acting classes, and it's just a really fun exercise to tap into an emotion, to access an emotion you have, and then try to convey that onto the screen.
Technically, you do act though, because like Uncle Roger is a character, so that is acting.
Yeah, but it came very naturally. It came very naturally. When you take acting classes, they tell you, okay, what does a character want? What's the objective? What do you have to do to get to your objective? How do you affect the other person? But I guess I kind of already naturally did all that shit in Uncle Roger because I was just channeling like people I knew from childhood, this Asian
like your
uncle
real
and
uncle.
auntie. Yeah. What would he say? What would my dad say in this situation?
Yeah.
What would my uncle say in this situation?
Yeah.
So I think I was already doing all those acting technique things without knowing it.
Fair enough.
But only for the Uncle Roger character,
So it would be interesting to see you, I think, take on other characters as well, because it's just the natural extension of what you're already doing.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think I'm okay at it. I won't say I'm the best actor, but I think I'm okay at that craft. And it's always, it's a craft, right? So you can always improve, right? You probably have acting coaches here you work with.
We do have acting coaches when we sign on for a project and stuff like that.
Nice,
which is kind of fun.
Wonder how the teaching is different here.
Teaching is very different.
What school? Meisner?
Oh, we don't
do any of that?
No, the school is the teacher, because the teacher is probably an actor that was active in their time, and so they just pass on whatever they learned through experience.
That's great.
There's not a lot of like technique really that gets taught, like the Meisner proper acting technique, because those are very Western concepts.
Oh, I see. It's boring too. You'll be boring all your audience if you get into that.
Yeah,
So
that's true. That's true. Anyways, moving on.
Wasn't it more fun talking about Jolo than acting and kipas
You do have a point. You do have a point.
See, I'm giving you like entertainment.
No, I love it. Speaking of diversification, we'll talk about business and why you happen to be in Malaysia in the first place. Obviously, you're opening restaurants.
Yeah.
And this has been all over my social media. I could not escape it.
Because I keep saying outrageous shit. You know? And then Malaysian MGAG and Kaya News or Cook. There's some weird Malaysian newspapers who just love
Kaya News.
something like that. What?
Roti
Weird Kaya.
Weird Kaya. Okay.
These weird Malaysian websites.
Yeah.
And I'm guarantee you they'll clip this up. These weird Malaysian websites, right? Every little thing I say, they just clip up and then that help make it viral. So I use them to my advantage. So every time they interview me, I say something outrageous.
Yeah.
And then they
just like mention
post
them.
it.
Weird Kaya, this one.
Yeah. Everybody wins. They get the views.
Yeah.
I get the publicity. Everybody knows we open like 2 or 3 more outlets, So everybody wins. That's my marketing. And it's fun for me to see how people like the most recent thing they interviewed me, oh, you're gonna open in Penang? I said, oh, maybe I can consider. And they asked mainland or island. And I say island lah, mainland is poor people only. And then that just everybody got angry, but then everybody knew I have a restaurant. So it works both ways. I say outrageous shit, they report on me, I get the publicity, they get the views.
And everybody eats fried rice.
Everybody's
Speaking of
happy.
which, we do have fried rice today. So this is where we break and bring the fried rice in, because we're gonna try it.
Let's do it.
We're gonna try it. Cool. What are we doing?
So this is the fried chicken.
The
with
fried
pineapple
chicken?
mayo. So
Pineapple mayo.
The pineapple bits. Take this. Don't worry, camera. I'll do it. I'll give you a close up. Autofocus, yeah?
Pineapple mayo on fried chicken. I'm not sure I've ever heard of.
Try it. Don't knock it. Try it.
I'm not knocking it.
One of
I'll
our
try it.
Best sellers.
Okay.
So good. Been sitting in this top-out box for half an hour. An hour. So good. Okay.
Actually, that's very good. That's very good.
Thank you.
That's very good. I never expected, like how they always have this debate about whether pineapple should be on pizza, and everyone says no. I've always been one of those people who thinks that pineapples definitely belong on pizzas, and now they belong on fried chicken. Is all I'm going to say.
Pineapple belong on everything.
Pineapple, right? But I would have never thought of this combination, so that's actually quite good. But this is the stuff that I've actually really been waiting to try.
Okay, let's try the regular egg fried rice first.
Okay, which one is the regular?
This one.
This one. Are we doing a mukbang?
Can if you want.
Have I made it?
No.
Am I like a YouTuber now, seeing as I have look, we're on YouTube and we're eating.
Mukbang it.
What the?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay, you go first.
Okay, so
I need the tutorial.
this is a regular egg fried rice.
Okay.
And a popular topping is this garlic shrimp, but if you want to try the fried rice by itself, I recommend that first.
Okay.
And we give you this little mala chili oil as well.
How spicy is your mala?
It's not very spicy. It really enhances the rice, but I would recommend just trying just the rice first, so you can taste our fried rice technique and our fried rice skill.
Can you taste how many times the rice has been washed?
We've washed enough times. Just
Enough times. Okay. Cooked perfect the first time. All right, let's do this.
So it's like gentle but flavorful. It's our base rice, right? No?
That's actually very good.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure what to expect because I think this is the thing. When you start a fried rice restaurant, it's not like anyone else starting a fried rice restaurant. You've come down so hard on everybody else's fried rice over the years that when you start the fried rice restaurant, it's not a fried rice restaurant, it's the fried rice restaurant. Say that 5 times.
The fried rice restaurant. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
So we had to make sure the quality is there, the recipe is good, and I've trust me, I've taste tested so many fried rice, both other people's and my own.
Yeah.
And I've eaten a lot of fried rice doing this. And we came up with this, a nice balance. It's garlicky, smoky, wok hei feeling.
It's very good. What made you want to start a restaurant?
Because I'm in the food world, right? Mm-hmm. And I just think I do CPG, consumer packaged goods, in the US with this brand called Mila. And I was thinking, okay, there must be something I can do in Malaysia. And I realized, I have this influence to get people to buy this product. I think I can get people to come out to my restaurant. Mm-hmm. And that would be fun. Malaysia would be cool because it's my people and it makes the most sense for me to come back here and open something. And because Malaysia has the best food in the world, if I can make a restaurant here successful, it can go anywhere. We have the most... we love to complain, Malaysian people.
Yes.
Especially the Chinese Malaysians,
This is true.
They complain the most at my restaurant. So if I can please those people, then it's good.
Yeah.
Right? All right, let's try the special fried rice. This is something I really want to share with you.
What is the difference? This one doesn't have shrimp on it.
No shrimp. We recommend putting it with the egg. It's runny yolks. You can break it like
so. Telur mata, very good.
So this one has sambal.
Sambal. And bunga kantan.
Yeah. So make sure you take a scoop of nice rice that has...
Okay, I'm going to try the rice first, independently of the egg. And we'll see how it goes. It's good? I was always thinking, right, for you to open a fried rice restaurant in Malaysia, you have to be so brave. You got to have some big cojones for that because it's the country where we know fried rice the best.
I know.
So there is the margin of error is 0.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, fried rice is very subjective too. So even if you make a perfect fried rice, people are still gonna complain. But that's why we don't just serve fried rice. You serve a lot of things, and try the sambal too. Add some sambal to it.
Okay.
Makes it even better.
Guys, I think for everyone watching at home, this is where you need to pause the video, go get yourself some fried rice so that you can eat with us for the rest of the episode. Because otherwise, I feel really bad.
Well, if an even better one, we forgot to bring.
Which one's
the
even
Chinese
better
New Year special? Oh, that's
what is the Chinese New Year special? Talk us through it.
Like dry chili, dry scallop, mushroom, barbecue chicken bits chopped up into the fried rice.
The sambal is so freaking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we fry into the rice.
Oh, it's so good.
Which branch did we get this from?
IBC.
I actually really like this.
Thank you.
Though, then having said that, I'm not exactly a food critic like you are, but I think that this is really good fried rice according to my idea of what fried rice tastes like.
Yeah, well, not everybody's a food critic, but as long as you like it, everybody's taste is subjective and valid, so I'm glad to hear. And this is the restaurant will be hot and just steaming when it comes out. This is already cold, but glad to hear that you still like it, which is bodes well,
Yeah. How has the reception been so far?
Reception,
on your
good.
fried rice restaurant?
Mostly good lah, I would say. 1 second, let me eat this piece of chicken first.
I feel like also what I've been seeing online is quite interesting because I think because of the fact that you've been so harsh with your reviews, I think there's a lot of people who kind of have risen to the occasion to come to war with your restaurant.
Oh yeah.
But every time I walk past, there's a line. So it's people obviously enjoy it, but maybe they're just purposely being antagonistic.
Because when people are negative in their reviews of the restaurant, those videos go viral. That's why you only see a lot of the negative reviews. But in reality, the internet and real life is always different. In real life, people enjoy it. We have a lot of repeat customers. I know the fried rice is good. I taste test it all the time and then sneakily do a QC. I know it's good. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people enjoy it. Of course, there'll be people hating on it. But sometimes the haters give us some constructive criticism, right? Like in the beginning, we did have some problems with the wait time and maybe like the service level of the staff.
Yeah.
But then we saw that and that was constructive for us. So we knew how to fix it and what to fix.
Another thing you fixed was the price, right?
Oh, enjoyed by ringgit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was another question that I saw a lot online was about like, I understand that it's premium was kind of like the commentary, but also the price was questioned because in Malaysia, you can go outside of the mall and have like fried rice for a fraction of the
Yeah,
price.
that's true. But you have to go outside the mall. And nobody wants to do that.
That's true, I guess.
Right?
It's
You're going to sit next to a longkang, eat your fried rice
Yeah.
for 5 ringgit. Okay,
and
like,
also, you're not going to
go.
get the pineapple sauce, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you won't get the pineapple sauce. You will get just some mak cooking the fried rice, which will probably be pretty good too because everybody
Wok
makes
to the
good fried rice.
max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have to sit next to a longkang under the sun.
Fair
you know,
enough.
People drying their clothes. You know,
Where do you go for fried rice usually before you open for your...
I don't know. What's that place called? Chowkit Wet Market.
Okay, my final question, right? And this is another criticism. This is probably the spiciest question I'll ask you for the
Yes.
entire
Oh,
episode.
really?
Right, because
Oh,
this is,
finally.
okay, I'm
Yeah,
asking
let's
you
make it
to...
interesting.
Okay, we want to know, right? A lot of people have questioned because they say that you're obviously a public figure. You have a public personality. You're not based in Malaysia and you open a Malaysian restaurant. How involved are you actually in this? Has been kind of like the line of questioning. People want to know, like, how involved were you in this?
I think, of course, I can't run the day-to-day operations, so the other people run the day-to-day. But I'm involved in the coming up with the concept, taste testing the food, R&Ding. I just came from an R&D session today. I just had so much fried rice. We're developing our new Hari Raya special. And it's a good one. It's fried rice with petai, with a lot of lemongrass,
petai.
like serai, you know. Like
I would go for the petai.
lots of sambal, a special ingredient. We're not going to tell you what we use here, but we use that in rendang, you know. So that's how involved I am. I actually try to R&D so much, I annoy the people who run the restaurants, you know, because they're like, oh, Nigel wants to R&D again. And even like the things we already have on our menu, I'm still always tweaking. What like just 2 days ago, we were another R&D. I was like, what if we 1.25x the sambal in this one? You know, how would it change?
I was just gonna say, whoever did the sambal, right? I'm a fan.
Yeah,
You did
it's
the
great.
sambal. You figured this out and
The
R&D
recipe for the
yourself.
sambal.
Yes.
That was a team effort. That wasn't just me. I think my expertise ends with fried rice, so I know where I stand.
Sambal.
You know, sambal, I don't fully know. But what I do know is I like this sambal because it's just a sambal, no belacan. I think sambal belacan can be a little bit off-putting to some people who don't like the shrimpy taste, you know? So we wanted this dish to not have a very fishy smell. But the Chinese New Year fried rice has a little bit of a shrimpy taste because there's like dried shrimp in there. But I think it's balanced out nicely with the other ingredients, like the mushroom, chicken bits. So yeah, based on what I'm saying, you can tell I'm pretty involved.
know enough,
Yeah, I know
right?
enough. I know enough when it comes to the fried rice. Sure, the chicken stuff, the chef came out with the recipe. I wasn't fully involved in it, but I also don't fully know how to make a good pineapple mayo. You know what I mean? So I examine the things I know, the fried rice. And then when we come out with new menu items, I'm always taste testing. I'm always suggesting. I have a notes document on my phone, just pictures of fried rice I've tasted all over the world. I have things from Taipei, Dubai, London, of course, all over California. And I write down what I like about this fried rice. I tasted a Wagyu fried rice in San Gabriel Valley in California, and I'm trying to R&D that. I would just try to get the chef out and try to take away, tap out something. I would ask them, how do you do this? So I've tried fried rice from all over the world, and I try to pick my favorites and do it within the constraints of the restaurant, because running a business, it's not just I think, oh, I want this ingredient, and do it. No, you have a lot of other factors to consider, like cost. How can we standardize this? You know, because we have so many outlets now. If one dish requires a very specialized technique that not a lot of chefs can replicate, then it's probably not a good idea. You know, so it's really, really fun trying to bring my vision to life while also obeying to all these constraints of running a restaurant. So I guess the answer is I'm pretty involved.
Yeah,
pretty involved
I mean, it sounds like
in
it.
the conceptualizing.
And to be
of it
honest,
all.
like I'm fully sold on everything that you just said, because I think there is like, to a certain extent, people have like a really high expectation of you, and I think if you, as far as it seems, the fact that you can even answer the question so transparently means
Yeah.
you've done absolutely well and truly more than enough, more than some other entrepreneurs would have.
Yeah, I eat so much rice, man. I've gained weight. I used to have abs, you know, and now I'm like fat. And now I'm truly Malaysian. Just
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, I was like, finally, you are properly
Yeah. And I want to say something else. I forgot.
the sambal, right?
It's good shit.
Fire.
It's good stuff.
It's good
I'm glad you like it.
stuff.
I'm
I
glad you
really
like it.
do.
I
do.
thought of something interesting to say about the fried rice thing, but I forget now. It'll come back to me. Give me a
It'll
second.
come back to you. It'll come back to you. We got time.
Because ultimately, if the restaurant fails and the food sucks, it reflects badly on me, so why would I go through all this trouble, fly back so many times, and put out a bad product? It's not a cash grab. There are easier ways, if you, as an influencer, if you want to do cash grabs, right? Why not just do a brand deal with L'Oreal, and get paid that way? If you're doing a restaurant, it's a lot of work, and because it's not a cash grab, I want this to be good for my brand, and I want this to survive long term. And the only way to do that is to have food that's good enough that people want to come back.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing is you've been really aggressive in your strategy to open, because you've opened so many restaurants. I don't think that sounds like something someone would do if they weren't like fully backing this fried rice.
I think that was the goal from the beginning. We needed this concept to be scalable, which means you can't have something too complicated. Like there's a technique where I see this Chinese chef Wang Gang, he would just pour the egg down really slowly, making it thin strands, and then he would just deep fry it. So that kind of technique thing is probably harder to pull off unless we can find like 20 different
Specialists
chefs,
to train, right?
Who just all he does that is fry that all day, 8 hours a day, and sends it out to all the other outlets. But that's not possible. So we open with scalability in mind, and we also want to bring this to as many people as we can.
Yeah.
Fried rice is a common food, right? So we want it to be accessible to everyone, whether or not you live in Pavilion or you live in Shah Alam.
Are you going to open this overseas?
Yeah, we would like to. Let's see how it goes here first.
Shall we give the Singaporeans some flavor?
Let's open in JB first. Let's see what they do.
Oh, JB first. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
the Singaporean connection, right? We're opening in JB for the...
Yeah, that's so they can escape. They'll be charged more. We charge them more. Charge them 3 times the price. We charge them until you show
totally
your
joking.
Malaysian IC.
Only people... You're not doing that, right?
We want to. I'm trying really hard. I'm trying really hard to discriminate.
Yeah.
And
trying to bring that back.
because I think discrimination can be good sometimes.
Yeah.
It's called flexible pricing. People who can afford it pay more. People who cannot afford it pay less.
We're targeting people geographically in 2025.
Yeah, Singaporeans deserve what's coming to them.
Just because they earn in
Yeah.
Singapore dollars, just for that
They
reason
come
alone.
to Malaysia, they talk shit about Malaysia, and then they eat our chicken, they drink our water, and then they come to JB for cheap petrol. It's time to take our revenge, guys. So if you agree that we should charge Singaporeans 3x the price, hit like on this video and subscribe to Amelia Henderson.
Just everyone Singaporean watching this video right now.
Yeah.
Just like...
Watch her movies and TV, whatever she's in. I should have researched more. Sorry, but
No, it's totally fine. Okay, anyways, we're
Yeah.
almost at the end of today's episode. I just wanted to ask, what is next for you?
what is next? I'm going home on Sunday to back to LA. So I'm working on. Wait, let me collect my thoughts because there are things I cannot say and things I can say. So
In terms of what you're working on next?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you don't have to collect your thoughts. You can just tell us. We'll keep your secret safe, I promise.
This one's contractually.
Contractual.
Can I even say? Yeah, I'll tell you off the record for this. It's not that exciting, but I'll tell you off the record. What else am I working on? See, with YouTube, it's like, the next video, but that's not a good answer,
No, but
Even
that is
though
a good
I'm always
answer.
working on
No,
the
but how
next-
do you
think
get
about
the
next
inspiration
video.
for the next videos? Where does it come from? Do you just especially now that you're back in Malaysia, I'm sure you're just surrounded with inspiration 24/7.
Yeah, well, it's fortunately enough, I keep my operations very lean, so I don't have to make some YouTubers have to make 3 videos a week, right? My pace is a lot slower because I like full creative control. I think of the idea, I write the script, I film, I edit.
You
I take my
edit?
time. I have an editor, but we pass the Premiere Pro project file back to each other.
You
He does the
film-
first pass, I do the second pass.
Wait, how does your content work? I would have figured that since you've scaled so big and you're such a global creator that you don't really do much anymore other than be the talent in your own things.
No, I think that's the beauty of YouTube. That even though you can get really big, but it's still one person's vision overall. You know, whereas the strength of a TV show is many people come together to make something like Game of Thrones happen.
Right, of
Right,
course.
but YouTube is like the opposite end of that spectrum. It's still ultimately one person's vision. At least that's how I run my channel. So let's say there's two main types of videos on my channel, right? If it's a review video, then yeah, me and my producer, we discuss what kind of up recipes we want to review, what will get views, and we just write the script together. I film it, I edit, I push it out, easy. But if it's like a shooting at a location type video, then we have to think, okay, where do we shoot? What's the storyline? Why is Uncle Roger doing this? Right? And then we hire the crew, we go somewhere, we get the footage, we get the celebrity chef guests or whoever guest you're collabing with. And then I take all the footage, I edit. Editing is just telling a story, right? So that's what I do. I add the music. Oh, I love adding the music and stuff. It really changes
And the
the
effects,
mood.
I've noticed.
Yeah, people don't really notice it, but the music brings me a lot of joy. And I think they notice it subconsciously, you know, and I like to think I'm very creative in my music choices, you know, like the most recent video where 𝙁𝙃 is this big American YouTuber. He came from Malaysia.
Yeah,
I brought
he
him to
did.
eat durian, classic
Of
Malaysian
course.
prank.
It needs to happen.
And then when the durian was opening, to create that mood, I had like church organ tension, you know, like Bach type music playing in the background, which I feel is very
Thoughtful.
unique when it comes to food videos. You know, so
110%.
yeah, I take a lot of pride in that. So when you say what's next, yeah, I have projects going on, scripts, but also the next YouTube video. I want it to be better. I want it to be fun, engaging to watch, and it's the biggest compliment when I play the video. This previous video, the 𝙁𝙃 one, my mom and sister and I, we all watched it together at 10 p.m. Sunday when it came out. And then we all watched it, 24-minute video, and my sister was like, oh, it felt like 5 minutes. And that's the biggest compliment. Yeah.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
Do you think you're going to keep doing Uncle Roger for a really long time?
I feel like I haven't finished saying what I want to say, so yes. I think the food world is, the more I explore, the more fascinating it becomes, you know? And I learn about Asian food all over the world. So it's just great. I don't think there's anyone. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I don't think there's anyone in my position where I'm trying to bring Asian culture to the world, but I also reach not just Asian people. I reach Western people, white people, black people in Africa. And my demographics are very, very global. And I feel like there's so much more to explore. So yeah, I'm going to keep using Uncle Roger as a vehicle to bring Asian culture globally.
And I think that's something ultimately that we can all get behind.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It's either me or Joe Lo. So what do you
So
want?
when you set the standard like that, right? Like
Yeah.
it's Uncle Roger all the way lah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Go Nigel.
Thank you. Yeah.
Rewrite
Just wait till I
global
get as
narrative.
famous as Michelle Yeoh. I won't lie on you guys anymore too.
It's okay lah. We'll just eat the fried rice lah. And
No,
like,
I'm stuck here. I have to come back here. My restaurants are here. I do meet and greets here always. Stuck here. I have to come back.
this is true. We'll just wait for you to like open up a new one lah, I guess, and then we'll have you back
Can.
for some more Guinness World Record breaking.
Oh yeah, we'll do that again. That was a lot of work. So
That
kudos
was
to our
crazy. You
marketing
did two
person,
in
Mel.
one go, right?
Yeah.
That was,
It
a bit much, guys.
It was fun though.
Yeah.
You know, when we pitched that idea to the restaurant people at first, they were like, hey, let's just do Malaysia Book of Records.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, come on. I'm an international person. We cannot do Malaysian Book of Records. That's lame, bro.
Yeah.
You know, Malaysia has the Malaysian Book of Records. What is that even?
It's a book of records of Malaysia lah.
Yeah, but
You know?
that's too easy. Right? We just do some random shit, you know?
We have to overachieve, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Guinness World Records. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. So we did that. That was a great marketing stunt.
Fantastic marketing stunt.
Yeah, we're
and
opening
2 in 1 go.
2 in 1 go. Yeah. The egg. We didn't get the egg one. We got the most people dressed up as Uncle Roger one.
Yeah.
And then we got the wok toss one. And we're opening in KLA too.
What
Yeah.
record are you breaking there?
Oh, we're not bringing a record. We're just opening. I won't be there for that opening. So sorry, guys.
Okay.
But I'll be there for the JB opening.
Nice.
Yeah, I can't fly back too often, man. I think it's tiring, you know.
It's a
LA
really
to
long
Malaysia
flight.
is a long flight,
Yeah.
22 hours.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I can't. The fact that I'm coming back here 3 times a year, that's already a lot, you know.
I bet.
Yeah, but I love it. See my mom, see my family. That's what
Stop
it's
by
all
Studio
about.
Sembang, send us some
you know?
fried rice.
See, I say a lot of dumb, up crazy shit, but then I say, love seeing my mom. You know, that's what it's all about: is family and mental health. That's the most important thing. You don't
Lot
need the
of
car or the
dissonance.
house. You know, the car and the house is not important. It's your mom and your dad and your parents. You know.
See, it's tough because you need the car and the house, and you need your mom and your dad, and
just
inside the
just
house.
grab, just cycle. Just buy a bicycle and cycle to your mom. You don't need the car in the house.
Yeah.
You know, live in a hostel.
Yeah, true. Work really hard, and
Yeah.
try to have it all, I guess.
Yeah, go to international school.
Yeah, well, that
know.
was on my parents. That was on my parents.
It's good though. I like international schools. I think it's good. Yeah, try to go there if you can. I have a lot of international school friends actually. I was at Taylor's 𝙬𝙊𝘾𝙄𝙗 for like a little bit.
Were you? I went to
Yeah,
Taylor's as
for
well.
6 months only.
Wait, well,
Yeah,
what were you doing there?
just
A-levels.
A levels.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it was nice. I met all these international school friends. I was like, oh, so this is how rich people live. Oh, rakuzen for lunch. Oh, nice. Rakuzen is like pricey stuff for a broke like Chonghua kid, you know. And then like, what? You just have that for lunch every day? Nice. And then you just park in the 𝙬𝙊𝘾𝙗𝙗 mall. And then one day of classes, the parking ticket is like the parking fee is like 40 ringgit. I'm like, how do you guys afford all this, man?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair enough. Yeah.
good. So 𝙬𝙗𝘾𝙗, nice memories. You know, you have what do you have there? You have what's that mall called?
All of the Taylor's kids watching this video right now are gonna be so gassed that you're talking about Taylor's 𝙬𝙗𝘾𝙗.
Yeah, 𝙬𝙗𝘾𝙗, not the SS15 shithole. Ugh.
But that was like the landmark one. That was like
Yeah,
the
but
big.
that was so shit.
That was the fancy Taylor's. It
Really?
wasn't the 𝙬𝙗𝘾𝙗 one. Yes, Taylor's Law. If you go to the Taylor's Lakeside campus, you are cool.
Wait, Lakeside is different from the SS15.
Lakeside is not SS15.
Yeah. SS15 is a shithole.
different one.
Yeah, Help is also a shithole.
Oh,
You know,
really hate Help.
I've seen them all. You know.
but if they're all bad, then which one is good according to you?
Oh. I don't know. I'm not in the loop now. UM the best.
No.
Terbaik. University Malaya.
If you guys watch, there's one video on his YouTube channel, which is he says, I got roasted by my Malaysian audience. I think it's that one.
Oh yeah, that was an old
Or the Joke
video.
Factory. I can't remember. One of those two, right? Like one of the old videos. That's a huge callback. The joke is a huge
I
callback.
never remember. Wow.
Yeah.
You
You
did more
mentioned-
research than I did for this.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
but-
That's very nice. Yeah, UM,
Then you'll get the joke lah.
Lim Kok Wing.
Lim Kok Wing for arts.
For arts? Do they do arts?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't know what they do. I just know it's a
Yeah,
university.
there's a lot of creative programs at Lim Kok Wing. We've spiraled
Okay.
completely out of control. Before
Yeah,
we end
yeah.
today's episode, we do have a rapid fire section.
Oh, we have a rapid fire. Okay, let's go.
Okay, are you ready? If you weren't doing comedy, what would you be doing now? And would it be data science?
Yeah, data science.
Data
It'll be
science.
boring, you know. I'll be data science or driving Grab. You know?
Why wouldn't it be something to do with food though? Seeing as like food is such a passion of yours as well.
Yeah, but
Chef
no, chef is hard.
is really
Very hard work.
Yeah.
No, so no, that's data science, then karaoke. You know,
Data
That's my
science
life.
with karaoke on the side. I like it. Okay, what's your actual favorite food that you could eat for a lifetime?
apart from fried rice, honestly, most like Malaysian dishes, pan mi, I love wanton
Ooh,
mi,
Nice.
bak kut teh, nasi lemak,
Yeah.
all the roti canai, roti panta,
Roti, everything.
everything, all the Malaysian food. That's the beauty of Malaysia, man. You won't get sick of it. You can always switch. One day halal, one day non-halal, next day vegan. You know, everything.
All the different genres.
I know.
Speaking of genres, favorite genre of movie?
Oh. Anything you're in, you know. What do you act in? What do you act? Do you do rom-coms, action? What do you do?
A little bit of everything.
Okay.
Yeah. That was nice.
I really liked the most recent movie I watched was Wicked.
Yeah, I was in that.
Good. Yeah, you weren't in that. Sorry, but keep working. You know, Amelia, keep working hard, and one day you can play.
Have they
next to
already filmed
Ariana.
Wicked 2?
I don't know.
But maybe Wicked 3, if, you know.
Who are you gonna play? Do you sing?
I don't think that, like, one of the, like, elf 4 at the back.
You're one of the elves. Okay, you can be one of the dwarfs in Snow White.
Not even, there's no chance
Yeah.
I was going to be Snow White, right? I could be the dwarf. And do you know how Snow White goes?
Yeah. There's the queen and the...
I don't think that the dwarves were girls.
Oh, yeah, that's true. They're all 7 creepy men just
Yeah.
crowding around
So you
a
just
woman,
told me
an
I could be like-
unconscious woman.
Yeah, like I could
I
be
love
the
that movie.
creepy men.
That's like my life story right there.
That's-
you know, that's who I want to grow up to become. One
I
of the
feel like
7
if we
dwarfs.
checked your DMs with all the pics that you're getting, you already are Snow White. That should be like your next character at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, one day.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't stop eating this.
No, that's fine. Go for it. What is the best thing about being Asian?
Oh, the food, of course. Food and air conditioning. Seriously, why people hate aircon? You know, you've been to London and
Yeah,
Europe,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You get into an Uber or a
It's already
taxi
so
there.
bloody cold there.
No, even in the summer, they have all the windows up in the car, and they drive around with no aircon. And then you ask for aircon, they just look at you and just what the you know? Yeah, no. This is, by the way, I think I keep eating because I'm hungry because your podcast is like dinner time recording.
I know. Okay. So that's why if you guys want to know if the fried rice is actually good, you have to go to the restaurant and try it. Don't just take our word for it. Final rapid fire question. What's your favorite joke?
Ooh. Let me have a think, Oh, there's this this one Malaysians won't get though. Let me think of one that Malaysians will get.
Are you sure we won't get it?
Yeah, there's a really short joke that I thought was very silly and very fun by this British comic. I forget the name now. But the joke just goes, I put petrol in my Escort. She died. You know? But Escort is a car that you don't really use here. So the joke doesn't really work, you know? See what I mean? Let me give you a better answer. Come on.
Okay. You can definitely give us a better answer than that, I feel.
Yeah.
I've got one for you in the meantime.
All right, tell me.
Okay. What happens in the office when Uncle Roger goes on holiday?
What?
Hiatus.
Oh, wow.
We worked really hard on that. My scriptwriters out there cracking their brains.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, what's a good joke that I like? I think there's one bit that really made me laugh. But it's not a joke, it's like a whole bit. So I recommend you guys to go check it out on YouTube. It's by this comic, Sebastian Maniscalco. And he has this whole routine about how in the old days, you know, our parents' era, when the doorbell rang, everybody's so excited. They came down. Oh, the doorbell's here. Our friends are here. Our relatives are here. The aunt is here. You bring out the food. Everybody's so excited. But nowadays, when the doorbell rings, you're like, who the fuck is that? Everybody's hiding. Nobody wants to go out. You know, he has a whole routine about that. I'm not doing it justice, obviously, but that's like a joke that's so memorable. You know, just Google Sebastian doorbell.
Okay. We'll try to link it in the comment section. Before we finish today's episode, because we're almost at the end, is there anything...
thank fuck. It's only been 2 hours.
I know.
She has this is a Joe Rogan of Malaysia, 3-hour podcast.
Yeah,
sometimes.
well, I mean, depends on how you answer. So technically, we collaborated on the length of this podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
we did. Before we end today, is there anything you'd like to say to your Malaysian fans?
Well,
And if you can use Bahasa Melayu,
Okay,
extra points.
let me think. Kipas-kipas Malaysia. Terima kasih sebab datang ke restoran saya dan menyokong usaha saya. Yeah,
He did that by himself.
thank you.
Wow, that was
I
fantastic.
try lah. B+ Malay SPM.
But that B+ lasted a long time. I will say that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. We're going to finish up all this fried rice, which if you haven't tried, you're really missing out on. So I highly recommend going and trying it out. They've got, how many restaurants already now? 3?
4.
4? With one opening in Johor.
Pavilion KL, my town, IPC, Shah Alam ICT, KLIA 2 opening soon. By this
Johor
com-
opening also soon.
Johor in March. So when this
Nice.
comes out, KLIA 2 is probably open. KLIA 2 is 24/7.
Perfect. So you can catch some fried rice on the way overseas. Nice.
Yeah, because Air Asia won't feed you. They're like the cheapest, worst airline.
we had to end taking shots at someone. Yeah.
And don't fly Air Asia.
But if you do, make sure to get some fried
Eat
rice.
first. They will just
Yeah.
trap you. You're like a prisoner on the little vessel. You know? Thanks, guys.
Thanks guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.